sure what's going on out there. Morning, everyone, and welcome to the 2024 RPM Australian Disc Golf Championships. We're out here at Molong in New South Wales, rural New South Wales. It's about 4 hours inland of Sydney, and we've been treated otherwise some absolute delight out there, Matty. Welcome, of course. My name is Jason Weeder, but I welcome my sparring partner, Matthew Farina. How are you, Matty?
I'm good, Jace. Really good. We're back for another year of the Australian Disc Golf Championships.
We certainly are. They unbelievably asked us to do it again, which is surprising us all. But
Human resources are short.
Yeah, we're up.
Parked Media.
Absolutely, we're up bright and early. 7:30 tee off for our three ladies in our FPO division. Who have we got throwing today, Matty?
We've got one of our favourite ladies in Victorian disc golf and Australian disc golf, Claire Hussey. She comes in having a really, really good year.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what she can do on this course. And then, of course, we've got Gina Hill. Been on the scene for a while now. Really strong player here in the FPO division in Australia.
And just represented Australia at the World Teams Championships.
Yeah, if you've been living under a rock here, you might want to hop online and just check out some of the highlights from that tournament. That was massive for the country. And then the only international player in the FBO division, Peyton Miller, who I'm yet to see throw a frisbee, but really looking forward to seeing.
Myself included. We've heard a lot and researched what we can. But yeah, it'd be exciting to see her throw for the first time.
Yeah, a notable absence too today, Cassie Sweeten, who tragically hurt her ankle just before the world team.
It was, yeah. She was a co-captain there, and so obviously she's not going to make it today. But
fully expected to be playing this tournament, and thoughts go out to Cass. Your absence is noted.
So we got in late-ish last night. We haven't, but I did go out for a bit of a walk around the course this morning, and it is looking absolutely mint.
I don't think, aside from maybe being a little too hot, the conditions of the course and weather in general are really going to play into some good disc golf. And, you know, it's a long one, the course that is. It's open. There's a nice shot of the green expanses there. You're going to want to save your energy over the last couple of days, because getting around this course and playing well's going to take some beans.
Yeah, absolutely. As you can see, massive campground there. It's a really good vibe they've built up around here, isn't it?
Oh, we are on some showgrounds, and the show we're going to be treated to today, I think, is just going to be apt. So we see Gina. You got Hussey. She's full name's Claire Hussey, but she prefers to be referred to as Huss. So just a little disclaimer there. We'll be referring to her as Huss. Let's try and figure out this. Yeah, sorry guys at home. We are just working with the remote team here to make sure all of our tech is up and running. The sound is very crackly. We're getting a bit of feedback from Ruben. Thank you. Is the sound crackly for you guys? We're getting a bit of feedback in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, Kevs looks like he's tournament director, of course. Kevin Costa there. Looks like he's just about to announce the cards, so we're not too far away from the start. So hole one, we're starting off with welcome to Molong, a par 5, 333 metres.
Boom, boom, boom.
With a double mando and a low ceiling basket. So, yeah, welcome, guys. If you're game to take this one on, halfway to Satan, it's called.
That's ominous.
Which is Maddie's nickname too.
Now, look, you've got to punch one sort of moving left to right off the tee, maybe wanting to avoid the scrape green hazard denoted by the green circle, or the lighter green circle.
Yeah, and reminder for those viewers at home, Matthew is colourblind, so he can't see that they're actually yellow.
Oh, is that a yellow? Okay. I just thought that was a different shade of green, my mistake.
So that's the first of many colour blunders from Matty, but...
1 in 9 men suffer from red-green colour blindness. There should be a group.
OB to the right, and of course that double Mando that we spoke about. So yeah, only halfway to Satan though, Matty.
All right, first throw of the tournament, Jace. Let's go.
Yeah, first throw we've seen from Peyton Miller.
And she puts a little move on that one coming out of the hand and dead centre. I think that's safe as houses.
Up next from Newcastle Disc Golf Club, a member of the recent Australian silver medal winning team at the World Disc Golf Teams Championships. Please welcome Gina Hill.
Yes, coming off that silver medal performance as part of the Australian team at the WIFDIF Teams event. Gina goes a little lower.
Tests that OB, but she'll end up in a nice spot to attack the corner. Yeah, not many people can say they've won a silver medal for Australia in disc golf, can they, Matty?
Be a very select few.
Here's Huss will try not to be biased towards Victorian, but...
No, she's seen her rating jump up this year, playing very, very well. Pushing that right side, get off that tree.
Yeah, she looks like she's pretty much got to the corner there, so...
Just with the quality of our sound, we'll create. We'll do our best to bring you the best we can do.
We don't comment on the commentation.
Oh, what's being said? No. We don't. We don't need that feedback. Just the sound
We
quality.
see Chris Hill, or Chili as he's affectionately known, caddying his wife there.
Yes, another member of Team Australia there. What a lovely thing to share with a partner, eh? A silver medal, an international event.
So it's going to be Peyton first.
Yeah, Team Heiser Flight member, Peyton Miller. Shout out to the Oz Discs crew. She's
Yeah, without too much trouble. We didn't see it finish. I might have called that badly.
I think she's fine. So we see Gina bopped that one into the tree, unfortunately.
Yeah, as we see, is that Huss's disc up further there? That's a big...
Yeah, she made it to the mouth.
Yeah, which, you know, she's probably got about 20 metres on her opponents there just by being in a good position.
She wants to keep this one turning. Yeah, better to be safe on that left side than
Lovely
mess around.
shot and lovely catch cam cameraman.
Yeah, shout out to Cal Ford. Jumping in as a
Saviour.
saviour, really. I mean,
We are, yeah, unfortunately, our usual catch cam cameraman, Ash Wiedner, who everyone knows as the man in the helmet.
yeah, so Cal volunteering for Park Media this weekend. Huge shout out to him.
Massive, massive shout out to Cal.
Gina lining up her third now. Gets this one turning over nicely. Yeah, staying away from that right side OB again. Archibald Bunker. Apt name there. Opening hole like this will warm up the arms. You're not wrong, Archibald.
Who's tuning in from Missouri this morning. So shout out to Archibald Bunker, Chile, Missouri.
It's not the ideal life for Peyton there, having to go to a knee.
No, just
Don't go out. Come back. Oh no, that's
gone out.
that's out of bounds there for Peyton. Yeah,
Oh dear.
yeah, just rolled the wrist over on that forehand a little bit. Looks like she's adopted an Australian Akubra there.
It certainly does.
Definitely the Sun Smart choice.
Yeah, so this 333 metre. Welcome to this tournament hole from Molong. Taking a few numbers early, Matty.
Yeah, it won't just be the FPO division either.
It's a rotten start to the tournament, isn't it?
It's a long hole and it requires, a decent degree of placement. See Tanya being on the bag there for Huss. Shout out to...
Is that Tanya, was it?
Pretty sure that was Tanya. I did see David Eames skulking around the campgrounds this morning.
So standstill from Huss just to get that back in.
Yeah, really wanted to emphasise the highs are there just to
Certainly
stay away
did.
from that OB line indicated from the pink flags.
With about 70 degrees.
Really spiked her in there. As we see Peyton should be throwing 4 from here. We see another Missourian, or someone at least close to Missouri, Dondo Disc Golf. Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the Aussie coverage.
Yeah, Dondo and Archibald just having their own conversation in the chat here.
Oh, we love to see it. Disc golf brings people together. Oh, I love this.
Oh, I'd like to turn on that.
Flirted with that OB again, but had the confidence and the commitment to dedicate. Good shot. Quick shout out to whole sponsor Disconnection here.
Yes, disconnection from WA. Reese Valios.
Yeah, they would have had a busy time with the Aussie Open last week, and obviously.
Yeah,
both
he's always
teams.
pouring plenty of time and effort into the Australian disc golf scene, so we always appreciate that.
Might have a bit of trouble under that tree there, Gina, but
Yes, trying to stay under the ceiling at the moment, I think. Yes, I think that is Tanya B.
Just warming up the legs before her round. Playing the FA1 division. Yeah, pushes through that gap. That's fine.
Yeah, a bit of effort in that one.
There's Dean Feely in the chat sending his love as well. He's a little more Park Media adjacent this year. Supporting from the sidelines. No, we appreciated your involvement last year, Dean, and dearly wish that you were here in our smelly, smelly camper van. Yes, Park Media on tour.
Tour bus, would you call it?
For the championship this year, yeah. No, it's a nice setup they've got here for us, isn't it?
It is lovely. We've got, and camping in a camper van is probably about as close as I like to get to camping, Matty.
We can hardly call what we're doing camping. We've got a microwave, a stovetop oven.
We have got a fully functional kitchen. We probably won't use it, but we have got a kitchen. But it's a nice big van, isn't it?
Oh, I've lived in apartments.
And if anyone wants
worse than this van
to experience driving 8 hours from Melbourne to New South Wales all the way to Molong in a vibrating box, I would suggest hiring a camper van because that is exactly the experience you will get.
Yeah, reach out to Apollo Camper Van Hires. Taking care of the Park Media crew.
So Peyton just trying to look like around the tree there, but just leaving it a little skinny.
Yeah.
She should be, perspective-wise, I'm going to say edge or so. See the basket just beyond the tree there.
Yeah, a little patent pending here from Gina. Commits nicely to that one. I'll leave her a little 6 metre. What else we got going on in the chat here? Jonathan Jonas, clearly a Gina Hill fan.
Yep.
Hayley Cooper Ryder, one of Melbourne Disc Golf Club's favourites. Good to see her tuning in and watching. Huss with the little forehand approach. Oh my goodness, off the top of the cage. Encouraging words from Tanya on the bag there.
Yeah, we get encouraging words from Tanya. She caddied for me at Eruption a couple of weeks ago, actually.
How'd that go?
She was a great caddy. I was a terrible player.
Yeah, some things are just beyond repair. your game, one of them. It's Peyton there with a just on the edge of circle's bid. Pulled it right. Gina, yeah, with probably about 7 metres to finish this off. Little tournament tester, I'd say, this one.
First putt's an important one in a tournament, isn't it, Matty?
Yeah, especially this range. Probably one you're banking as an FPO player.
Yep. She just displayed there a bit of few tournament nerves, few stiff hands.
Oh, we're no stranger to it.
Yeah, I quite commonly blast my first putt about 7 metres wide of the basket.
We had a very humorous conversation on the topic last night. All right, there, she's just pumping up the legs a bit more. Another little tester here left for Gina. 2 consecutive airbuds. We hate to see it. We hate to see it.
Yeah.
No, Halfway to Satan, we're going to rack up some early numbers. It's going to be a nerve test for all the players this week, and if you can get through this one unscathed, it should put you in good stead for the rest of the round.
There we go.
It's third time lucky. Gina puts it in. Happy to see the back of that hole, as
Yeah,
I'm sure all these ladies will be.
Absolutely.
It's a bruiser.
A brutal starting hole to get you warmed up is how it's described in the caddy book, Matty.
It's a very fair description.
I would say so. Confident finish for Peyton there.
Hus taps in.
Yeah, so we got there, but that is absolutely a brutal starting hole, Matty. As we move on to hole 2, par 3, 115 metres. Drop zone for a Mando in play, Matty. Around a Sanskrit OB. And basket nestled in the trees. So, not taking the foot off here as we go into the punch of Leonidas, do you say?
Leonidas would be the correct pronunciation of that. And yeah, you're right. Look, a massive left to right moving hole. You've got the Bando, you've got the hazards. This is another tester. The course does not begin easy. As Huss just probably wants to make the dog leg. Doesn't get that one turning over enough. And that's out of bounds.
That is OB.
Yeah, just lacking a little bit of commitment there, Huss. Not that I'd know anything about lacking commitment.
I'm not even going to touch that one. It's so easy.
Yeah, no, everyone's aware.
Looks like a much safer shape.
Sorry, we will get those score graphics updated. Just figuring out the new tech this year is Gina. She likes a low release, doesn't she? That's a really nice shot.
Yeah, that's right up there.
Yep.
That's a big,
Right
big drive.
Right on the kink of the dog leg. She'll be expecting to get up and down for par from there. Right, so who's going to be first to throw here? Probably
I would say Huss, probably.
Hussey.
This hole, of course, Matty, is sponsored by Newcastle Disc Golf.
Newcastle Disc Golf. I've heard there's a bit of a scene
There is
for disc
a bit of
golf
a
in
scene.
Newcastle.
Have you played disc golf in Newcastle?
I haven't thrown a frisbee on New South Wales soil just yet. Hoping to change that after coverage today because this course is beautiful.
We did throw a PA2 around in the car park in Cowra when we stopped to stretch our legs. Does that count?
That does count. You're right. I lie, people. We threw a
PA2 or PA3?
I think it was a premium plastic PA3. I'm not too familiar with the Prodigy discs myself.
We will be corrected by Kyle any second. So. So Huss takes her meter from our unfortunate OB. skipping it off that sand scrape. For those watching at home, those sand scrape greens, they often using rural towns and golf courses. They are OB.
Yeah, so we saw Peyton take a triple on hole one. Now that the scores are update there, hope you can all see that at home. Ooh,
Sort of flex line there.
got a little long on the basket, and Cow Ford, he knows how to wheel a catch can, doesn't he? He's watched a bit of Joe Mez. That was beautiful. We saw the landing, and
Then we saw the perspective.
And then we got the perspective relative to the basket. Chef's kiss, Cow. All right, Gina in a fantastic spot here. Just needs to pitch up over the hazard. You can see the basket top left of your screen. Catches the one Guardian.
Yep. Not such a bad kick, though. So, yeah, thanks to course Newcastle Disc Golf for getting around sponsoring a hole. The Nova Castrians.
You might have to see if we can pick up a shirt. I do like to pick up the local club shirts when I'm on tour.
You do?
And obviously the event powered by RPM, doing a body of work for events, tournaments, everything disc golf related in the cross Tasman.
I'm not sure about previous years, but it's definitely the second year in a row. RPM has sponsored the
Yes, definitely.
ADGC.
All right, Huss here lining up for her bogey putt. This is a little tester after her tap in on hole one. Just leaving it a bit short there.
Yep, leaves a little short.
Double teapot, as you like to call it, Jace.
That's a double teapot.
You know, Peyton with a little bit of a horse putt to clean up her par. Now she might have to keep this one with a little bit of nose up, get the spin just to carry it to the bucket. Yeah, tough with that low
Really
ceiling.
tough putt.
Bogey definitely not a disgrace on hole two.
Yeah, it looks like one for your forehanders, Matty.
As a forehand guy, you know I would revel in playing this hole.
See if Jenny can dial in that putt.
Nice par. Good bounce back after
Yep.
the triple.
As Huss taps out, hole two.
And
Take a
we'll
short break, Matty.
see after the break, yeah.
Welcome, player. Commencing disc selection. Choose your driver. The Kortari. Choose your approach. The Kia.
Bit of OB to contend with on the right there. Bit of OB to contend with on the right there. Actually, players forced to throw over the OB, and that one's unfortunately landed on the sand scrape.
Oh, Gina does not like it out of the hand. Bit nose up.
Oh, it's on there too.
Yeah, a couple of big putts for
I
par.
think she knew it straight out of the hand.
The sound effects would have indicated as much, yeah. Sort of a disappointed growl. As you see, Hussey is our current leader on +3, covering the other girls by a stroke.
Much wider line. Needs to get some ground play.
Oh. It's a game of centimetres, Jack.
As Dennis Committee would say, Matty.
Centimetre perfect,
Yeah,
you're right.
absolutely.
I think Gina will be next to throw.
So playing as OB, those is not a hazard, unfortunately. So
Playing as OB, okay, so we'll have to take the putt from outside of the green.
yep.
Thank you. I'm getting to learn it again. Nice. Did you have a break from it? Yeah, I did. When I first started, I was all forehand. Yep. And then I learned backhand, and I forgot what I did. Okay. For forehand. Okay. So I
So interesting name for this one, Matty.
figured out again.
Finch's pinch.
Who's Finch and what's being pinched?
So
Hope this wasn't a harassment issue. I'll have to go to HR for Finch.
old Finchy was a local mountaineer
Okay.
and an all-round genius, apparently. War hero, inventor of the puffy jacket. Hang on, this list goes on. This is extensive. And mountain oxygen systems. And at one time, the man who had stood the highest on Mount Everest. George Finch.
That's quite the resume.
He's either a very successful man or an incredible storyteller.
He does sound like someone you'd invite over for a dinner party. Wow.
Well, we're definitely going to...
As we see, Peyton from a pretty rough drop zone, really. Putting him at
Yes,
about
it's a drop
16 or
zone.
17 metres, I'd estimate that to be. There's Gina for her par.
Oh, nice shape. Yeah, I think that just... it really takes the par out of it, doesn't it, by putting a drop zone in.
It takes a mighty fine putt to save it, absolutely.
Huss just marks out her CTB by the look of it.
Yeah, always nice to lock one in there early.
Just
At least
get
be
one at all, to
at
be
least at least be a contender. At least be a contender. The measuring tape out here? What's going on?
I'm not sure, I'll be honest.
I'm not sure. Does the CTP count if it lands in the OB? Surely that's not what they're comparing.
I need to measure a 16-metre shot with a 4-metre tape measure, to be honest.
Maybe-
Add them together and carry the one.
Maybe Huss forgot her rangefinder.
I think they've yanked the tape measure all the way out.
Or maybe you've
It's
got to
reluctant to recoil.
maybe you've got to mark the distance on the little CTP marker there.
Possibly. That's what they were doing. They're marking from the edge of the circle.
Oh, okay.
That's very smart, actually. I just would have measured the whole thing. Thank you, Nathan, in the chat.
Yeah, Archibald Bunker. Again, very appropriate name, especially for the comment he just made. Sadistic pin placement with that hazard ride there. I don't think I've seen a out of bounds in bullseye before. Dead
Yeah,
set.
actually, that's a good
It's
point.
dead set 1 metre
Yeah,
from
and
the
you
pin.
can see why they've done it.
And it's a pretty stock hyzer for most big arms, but yeah. Thank you. I'm assuming that's Kyle. Getting a nice shot of the heavily encroached pin. And Gina for her bogey. Nice clean up. Peyton will do the same. And Huss will take back the box with her par.
Yeah, so the only one inbounds off the tee, albeit just.
As they trundle off to hole 4, Jace.
Sounds good. 65.
All right, Jace, hole 4. We've got a par 3, another sizable par 3 coming in at 107 metres. It's named Just Kidding. I can't wait to dive a little bit more into that one, but what the players will be looking to do here is hit a gap, moving the disc right to left off the tee. You're looking to really shot a shape here. I think a flex forehand might be the option. What did I say?
Shot a shape.
Shot a shape? Shape a shot. The common, the common expression. No, there's definitely a little bit of shot shaping that is required on this hole. I'm guessing for the right-hand backhand player, highs a flip, sort of moving right and then having it fade out left. But we'll see what the girls have in store for us.
Yeah, just kidding.
We're teeing off near the showground goat shed, which might be what we're sitting in.
It looks like some form of stockyard or something. Livestock arena.
It doesn't smell particularly goaty.
No, it doesn't. It's quite fresh, actually. As we see the stunning little rural town we rolled into last night. And got down to the pub for a meal. Quick schnitzel.
I had a loaded schnitzel myself. The Italian loaded schnitzel, as a matter of fact. Bit of mushroom, bit of Napoli sauce, delicious.
Yep. So, yeah, there's plenty, well, there's more of...
It'd be hard trudging through the deserts playing disc golf,
So, just a shout out from in the chat. President of the ADG himself, Luke Turnbull, has chimed in just to remind us that he remembers how bad Matty's counting was last year.
Disc golfers have incredibly good memories. It's frustrating.
Notoriously bad counters too. Yeah, so that's the one thing he took away from the coverage last year was the fact that Matty couldn't count to 7.
Look, I'm just glad they can hear us at this point, Jace. We're sitting in a goat shed with a million cables surrounding us. Shout out to Kyle and the boys behind all the tech and making this happen, especially our guys off-site there. Toph and
Amos.
Big Amos back again.
That is a lovely shape.
Go in the hole. Oh. That was the shot shape we're looking for
That is
there.
the exact shot shape.
As we see Peyton coming to the box now.
Little high from Peyton. Is he going to come down? No.
Good, Gina.
It's the hole. Yeah, it's down there too. So Peyton's just getting stuck up in the tree, Matty. This is the time you usually like to just talk about the 2 metre rule. Shout out to Alan Bruns. He'll be absolutely wrapped that we're bringing this.
Okay, she's left with about a 60-metre upshot here, Peyton. Currently sitting on 5 over the card. How many of her last 6 tournaments do you think Peyton has won?
At a guess? Ooh.
Her last 6 tournaments, how many of them do you think she's placed first?
Oh. I'm going to say, because you're asking me, 4?
All of them.
All of them.
She's 6.
All 6.
She's on a 6-win streak
Wow.
in the FPO division.
So she's genuinely going for the Maddie Faz half dozen then today.
Wow, yes. 6 firsts, a third, another first, a second. She has podiumed in her last 12 appearances.
And not to be sneezed at.
She's in some form.
Gina just going to lay that one up. So this par putt for Peyton. Oof.
Air bud there.
It wasn't air bud. Air bud, of course, Matty. What we like to call an air ball.
Yes, that is missing the basket completely. And if you didn't tune in last year and hear us talk ad nauseum about the film franchise, just to remind
It's
you.
our favourite film franchise, as we just watch us putt here. I mean, we don't need to tell everyone about Air Bud. They surely know the story of the basketball playing golden retriever. It's almost folklore, isn't it?
The pinnacle of Western culture. As Hussey cards the first birdie of the day for the ladies.
Wow. With
Boy.
that magnificent drive. And Gina will stroll up and tap in for her par. So, and arms in the air, she's happy. So, hole 5 will be next. We're doing them in numerical order today, Matty. Par 4, 165
Makes
metres.
our job easier.
Dam Poplars, we're going to get to the bottom of that and find out what that name means. So, players throwing out to the left. There's OB all along the right-hand side. And a Mando tree, I would say about 80 to 90 metres up the fairway. So, forehand the operative throw here. And then a few trees to contend with. So, yeah, plenty of space out on the left though. So, not really any need to push that OB. Just getting a good spot to attack that Mando.
Yeah, you want to keep your angle open up for that second shot, but it is fraught with danger having to be inside that Mando and having to almost be forced to throw OB.
As we see, we get a good look at Super Kyle there on T-pad.
Yeah, showing us all these magnificent shots of the course today is Kyle, as the girls confirm some scores. See Hussey getting a lot of love in the chat there. Understandably not an easy hole to birdie. She has the box here. Sitting in the lead at 2 over so far. Looks like she opts with the pushing hyzer through that tree.
Yeah, pushing that OB but not really bringing it into play.
She'll be happy with that shot.
I would be happy with that shot, Matty.
I know you would be.
Come back. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh, and if that's not pushing the OB, I don't know what is it.
Flirtatious.
Didn't like it out of the hand, but stabled up okay.
There's
Peyton
Peyton.
opting for a little flex as well.
Also flirtatious.
Oh, I can't call it from here, but it looks like it's in. They
Those
seem to be
reactions.
happy on the box.
Yes, those reactions indicate an in shot there.
Yeah, so Gina and Peyton just really testing that right hand OB there.
And Cal doing the good work on the ground there, getting the nice close-up to confirm.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, Cal. Sure if Ash is at home sort of typing up his CV or something at the moment.
Sweating over his job.
No, it's good. It's great that Cal could step in and help us out. I mean, it's just a testament to the disc golf community.
Oh, they're
And the
always
sort of people
willing
in
to, always willing to reach out, lend a helping hand. It's why we love it here in Australia. It's not the biggest scene on the planet, but it's tightly knit.
Certainly is. And when you get weather like this at a national championship, I mean, have a look at it. I'm told, being the centre of the universe, the disc golf universe, that the weather is like this every day. And I suppose you've got that sort of control over the weather when you are the centre of the universe. There's Cal.
Honorary Park Media member for the weekend.
Yeah.
And we see the shot that Peyton has to manage here. Looks like she's going to opt with the forehand. She probably just want to push it as far left as she can with a little bit of right fade, bringing it back towards the line of the basket.
Are we good with that? Yeah.
She uses those, I'd say, size 7 Vans to step
You
out
can
of.
tell from here.
Size 7's women's. Good commitment.
Yep.
Takes the inside
That's a great
line.
shot.
And she'll be having a look at her first birdie. And I think I finally got these graphics figured out here, Jace.
Yeah, it's been a lot for you to take on, mate.
Just gonna,
It's been a lot for you to take on.
just gonna pat myself on the back
Oh, well, I'm trying to be as supportive as I can.
by doing next to nothing. No, you're anchoring the commentary, and I appreciate the hell out of you for it. See Huss with a Heiser release. Probably didn't get the flip up she wanted, but she looks
No,
like
but
she's
looks
in the
like
circle.
Yeah, it looks like she's kept away from that low ceiling tree there too.
Pretty scoreable hole, this one. I think this will play pretty easily across the weekend once we start to get some stats in.
Yeah, I think you could be right there, matey.
As Gina, look at her first shot. Puts her in the ideal landing zone.
Oh, nice. That's lovely.
Sit. That's perfect.
Just a good frisbee throw.
Yep. And the fist bump from Hubby Chili. Hubby Chili.
Sounds like a flavour of Red Rock Deli chips.
As they burst onto the scene. They going later today, and another member of our World Teams Australian team. And Gina proudly sporting that, as we mentioned, that Australian team jersey, which
Oh, she probably hasn't taken it off.
no, not after the celebrations and that we saw. Those of you who missed it, of course, Australia's silver medal.
Yeah, we did get touched up by the Estonians in the final,
We
but
did.
they brought over a very, very strong team.
They
Estonia.
did. But look, I think I speak for the team, and I'm not part of the team, so
Couldn't be further
I think
away
they'll
from the
mirror
team.
what I say is what I meant to say. That they were happy just to be in the final, so far exceeded their expectations, I think.
See Gina here lining up her first birdie of the day.
Oh,
Bunny hops out of the bucket.
yeah, must have been the putt. Wouldn't be those RPM baskets, would it?
No, the RPM, the wine
They're
glass.
world renowned.
The wine glass basket is much revered in this country anyway, and across the Tasman. All right, Peyton. She'd love to knock one off her scorecard here.
And of course, displaying that, we should mention she's native to the United States, but a member of the Team Highs of Flight.
Their reach is expansive.
Certainly is. And over here, traveling over here with her husband, brand new husband apparently.
Yeah, do you want to tell us where they got married?
Well, yeah, I was trading the other day. They actually got married at the Sydney Opera House.
We've seen the photos.
Yes. So congratulations to them, and of course to Peyton's husband, Bryson. He'll be playing in the MPO division later on today as well.
He will be. And did you see that phantom putt made there by Hussey? She was hiding behind the bushes. I didn't even know she was lining it up. And she just drills it from 8 metres.
She got that camouflage flying aces top on too, which
Yeah, it can be hard to see with the Australian backdrop there.
girl's having a great time, which is always important.
So we move into hole 6, Jace.
Yeah, so after a couple of par threes, back to a par 4.
And it's a booster.
It is a boost, 230 metres. Boundary Rider, named after Robert Di Domenico, I'm pretty sure.
Much loved here in Molong for some reason.
Yeah, so we got OB left and right, and Mando Tree on the left. Fair bit of space in the middle, but then OB wrapping around to create an island green. So, 230 metres, it's that precarious distance where we're not sure. There might be layups in play here. Positioning, obviously important, but where do you attack the green from?
Yeah, I think the girls will be just looking to get out of this one with a par. Ideal play is power forehand off the tee. If you trust and commit to your backhand turnover for the right-hander, that's a play as well. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Tan.
Rocking the aviators. And to effect.
And the leopard print hat.
She's a vivacious character, isn't she? I've got to get used to the Huss warm-up routine, the fake out. She opts for the turnover, might have pulled that a little too far.
Yeah.
Right? No.
I think she yanked it right a little bit, but not too much. There's that Mando tree there. That's a lovely shape on that from Gina.
Oh, no
Okay.
time taken. Airing a bit of frustration there, do you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Just seemed to work okay for her.
She's got some whip-cracking form, doesn't she?
Yep.
I do enjoy watching it. High energy. Now, all the girls pretty happy with their first shot on this sizable par 4. I can't say I see too many people rocking the visor anymore these days. And there you got Gina, who's really pulling it off, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Does it put the risk, or does it put your scalp at the risk of sun damage? That's what I always wondered about the visor.
Not if it's covered by hair. I think you should be right.
Is hair impenetrable? By
Well,
the
have
sun?
you ever been burnt on your head?
Well, I wear a full cap typically.
The answer is no. Yes, hair does stop you from getting burnt.
I can understand. Okay.
It's as simple as that, right?
Is that why we have hair?
Well, I don't know why we have hair.
Is that an evolutionary trait?
This is way too deep for me.
Oh, I'm just wondering. As we see Gina, we'll ask her.
We'll
Obviously,
ask Gina when she finishes her round.
Looks like she's laying up before the island entrance. Get some plaudits from her card mates. Yeah, so she'll have to chip over one more time to get to the island. Who's this snazzy dresser?
That's Clayton Beck.
Oh, we'll be covering him on
We are
MPO
covering him
coverage
today,
later
yeah.
this afternoon. Don't forget to tune
Always
in there,
sporting
folks.
a big wide smile, Clayton.
As we see our leader so far. Sitting on a very commendable +1. Little high as a flip out of the hand. Mate, catch him, but he
Yeah.
did well to catch it.
Certainly did.
Yeah, so none of the girls
Yeah, so
opting
that's
to
really
push the
pushing
green after
that,
their second shot.
Yeah, that's really pushing that landing zone. That should be a nice, easy chip up.
As Miss 6 wins on the trot herself. Demonstrating that
That's a nice shape on that.
whip crack form. She'll be happy with that one. All the girls looking to pitch up onto the island with their third shot and hopefully clean up for a simple par. The boundary rider. I mean, the place, this hole, surrounded by boundaries.
Yeah, well, I think it does run all the way along the boundary. So now, Beyond Venture Graphics, now the sponsor of this hole, and we'll be finding out a little bit more about them, I think. So Beyond Venture Graphics.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure the product they're producing. It seems to be some sort of sticker company, Beyond Venture Graphics. The die-cut sticker specialists.
Like it? Like it?
As we see G Hill here. Got the big Annie.
Big Annie Flex. Lisa sits. Yep.
Nice. She'll
And she
be
gets on there.
putting from about 8 or 9 metres for her par.
With a scattering of pesky acacias around the pin here. Pesky. Are acacias native only to disc golf courses?
I don't know.
Is that just me, or
I didn't know an acacia existed until I started playing disc golf. Never came
it
across one in
seems
my
to be
life.
wherever I want to throw my disc, there's acacia. It is pesky. You're right.
See Peyton here stepping out, having a flex over a forehand.
Good purchase on that. Yeah, and she's on there.
Similar spot to Gina.
Yeah, that was. She generates a lot of power from that standstill, doesn't she?
Now, she's an efficient player, Peyton. Obviously, she's not the tallest lady in the world. Does very well with her shorter stature to generate power. So we missed a bit of action in the chat here, Jace. Frosty seems to think that Clayton's fresh out of the shower, and judging by the way he looks, it's probably not wrong. Doesn't look like he'd smell terrible, does
yeah,
he?
no, he. I get the feeling he's gone. He knows he's sort of looking fresh, and he's gone looking for the camera, Clayton, I think. He's like, this is my time. I feel like the world needs to see how good there he is.
Doesn't mind the spotlight, and he's in the thongs at the moment.
Yep.
Getting the camera time, he's...
He's
Or you're-
pretending he doesn't know it's there.
Is he a pilot? He looks like a pilot.
That is information that we'll have to find out. I don't think he's a pilot, but
We'll try to do some
just
digging.
the way he's walking through the airport there
We'll do some... Yeah. They do walk
with a
walk
flight
with
attendant under each arm.
Yeah. It's Peyton. Just lays up for her. What will be bogey there. She's a fast player, Peyton. I like that.
Yeah, sometimes too fast.
Gina. Should be taking bogey as well. Girls, probably part of their game plan. Happy to take bogey on this one, being a relatively difficult hole.
Oh,
She wanted it.
bit early fade. That was a par putt, was it not?
That was a par putt, yes.
So looking to take a stroke on the ladies there, but and that looks like rubbish in there, doesn't it?
Not where you want to be.
Not at all. Makes good. As Peyton taps out, and we'll go to a short break. We'll be back shortly.
Oh, bogey session then. Yeah. Sounds
Welcome back. Hole 7, par 3, 103 metres.
She Lob's Lair, Jace. Can you tell us which film franchise that is named after?
I can't.
Oh,
You can, obviously. Tell
of
us.
course. I was born in the 90s.
So it's there, bud.
Lord of the Rings, mate.
Lord of the Rings. Okay, yep. No, so Shelob's Lair. What's the significance of this hole?
I guess because the lines you can take sort of resemble the legs of a spider, and Shelob is a giant spider.
Okay.
So for the right-hand, backhand player, it will be a backhand.
Yeah,
Some
so-
variation of a hyzer release, depending on which app and how powerful you want to go. Totally up to the player. But you will need to navigate through some guardian trees on the way to the bucket.
Yeah, there's hazard on the left, which shouldn't really come into play. But yeah, a map showing 3 distinct lines to the basket.
I can't believe you don't know who Shelob is.
Giant spider, he said.
I believe it's Lord of the Rings 3.
I hate spiders.
It's an unnerving scene.
Yeah.
And Jace, it would be highly, highly, highly remiss of us not to mention the whole sponsor for Hole 7, Jindy Disc Golf Shop.
Jindy Disc Golf Shop, Rockstars.
Shout out to Tommy Tulip.
Yep. Always there and about, and of course,
Fighting through the trees there, Hussey.
yeah, of course, not only sponsoring this hole, sponsoring a lot of holes and tournaments, and also 2 of the biggest hacks in Victorian disc golf. Us 2.
We're ever grateful for your pity, Tommy.
Oh, you can at least add a little bit of charity work to his to his belt there.
Maybe we're a tax write-off for him.
The Jason Weidman and Matty Farina Foundation.
helping
Oh, that's a juice.
helping aging men throw over 70 meters since 2023.
That was huge.
These girls have 100 meters in them.
That was 100. That's a 103-meter hole.
Don't you worry about that. Yeah, nice collection of throws from the girls there.
So OB lurks beyond, waiting to grab you. Is that a reference to Shelob?
Maybe the use of the word.
Although
lurk.
Nathan and
It's funny how once
Frosty
all of a sudden I have to have it.
have informed us in the chat. I think that's Dan Frost, isn't it? Yep. It relates to the tree where the basket is. It looks like a spider.
I only brought one.
Oh, I'm looking forward to looking at it, seeing the spidery nature of this tree.
Yeah, third day's fine. We can put them
I guess I should retract my statement about the the whole map looking like the legs of a spider.
Well, I think it's multi-layered, this reference.
Could be.
Or is that it? Is that Shelob there?
Perhaps. Displaying trunks.
I've really seen a spider that looks like that, but I'll go with it.
Oh, sometimes a dead spider can have its
Okay.
legs, it's on its back, sort of
Right.
displaying its legs. I guess typically they curl in when they die, the legs of a spider.
Trees.
And we'd know here in Australia. But we don't want to scare any international visitors away. The spider situation isn't as egregious as film and media might have you think. Yeah, Hussey's left a bit of meat on the bone there.
What have we got here? Is it close to OB or?
Still sorting out some audio issues there. Apparently there was a chewing sound coming somewhere from the background. We've got a captive audience here, guys, and they're eating very loudly. I apologise. This Lord of the Rings references on disc golf courses a thing outside of Australia? I couldn't answer that with any real knowledge.
No, that's popular Victorian TD Reese Circuit asking that question in the chat.
I imagine Reese is a pretty big Lord of the Rings fan. Probably seen all 6 films, read the books, watched the newer TV show as we see Gina.
Probably done some live action role playing at some stage. Ooh, she's getting close, isn't she, Gina?
Bit high on the par putt for Gina. We see Claire dealing with 6 meters for her par.
Yes.
Archibald Bunker coming in with some more racy commentary. Might have to read that one at home. I'm not sure we're allowed to repeat that.
Yeah, we got a score check-in, Matty. We must be due for one of them. At the completion of this hole.
At the completion of this hole, let's let me manage the tech here.
So, hole 8 is a par 3. 95 metres. A Mando tree on the right. A lot of Mando trees in this course, Matty. Forcing the players to take certain lines. OB up to the right, approaching the basket and behind the basket. So, it's tight once you get up there, but it is uphill.
Yeah, don't let the 95 metres fool you. This is a pretty decent pump to get to the pin off the tee, especially with the left to right nature of the hole. I'm expecting, with all the girls being the right-handers, that they'll try to flip over a backhand shot. No, you're all good, Archibald. You can, you know, we're not going to censor you in the chat. That's a space for people to be people. As we see Huss with the box here.
So sneaky uphill, 95 metres. Probably plays a little more like 105.
As current tournament leader Hussey sitting on a very respectable +2 so far, keeping things relatively clean.
Yeah, a couple of birdies in there, so... Ooh, she's caught a tree early there. This hole called home run, Matty.
Any indication as to why?
Oh, well, it sounds like a baseball reference. I'm just going to put that out there.
Yes, I am familiar with that sport. Came across it in my 4 years of PE teaching degree, university.
The good thing about having a disc golf live chat available is that someone will tell us the answer to that.
Disc golfers know the answer to everything.
Yeah, so it seems there's two distinct lines you can take around a big tree, and it looks like Gina's gone for the left hand.
Yeah, with that very familiar low pushing shot that she's got in the bag. See, Heiser Flight getting a lot of product
Yeah, that's
placement.
Mr. Heiser Flight himself, Hayden McPherson out the back.
Yes, and they do support our channel, so big thanks to...
Oz Discs and Heiser Flight, of course.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
they're a sponsor of our parked catch cam man, Ash Wiedner.
Yeah, who I hope is watching
I would say he would be watching.
from work, probably.
So shout out to Ash. Who couldn't be here and couldn't make the trip down here with us.
Yeah, very disappointed.
Yeah, he missed out on that 8-hour journey in the vibration station last time.
My spine is still shaking. Yeah.
So against the grain wood turning sponsor this hole, Matty.
Against
You done
the-
any wood turning? On a lathe?
I couldn't tell you how to turn wood, no.
Well, you don't have to turn it. It turns on the lathe, but that's how you get some nice shaped table legs and things like that.
Okay.
You've never done any wood turning?
I've never done any wood turning, no.
Right.
This might come to shock you. I'm not much of a handyman.
Oh, it doesn't shock me, but it might shock our audience.
I can't even find the Against the Grain wood turning website, so sorry to those sponsors for not getting the full treatment.
That's okay. We'll do our homework. And it's called Home Run, as Matt Wallace has just informed us, because it's usually hole 18. So it's a run home. Home run.
Bit lazy just to leave the name the same then, isn't it?
Didn't have anything prepared, I don't
No.
think.
See, Peyton, she pumped a massive forehand out there. What's this, maybe like a circle 2 look for her birdie?
It's probably a bit longer than circle 2, I think. Oof. Oh. She gave it a nice ride.
Genuine run.
Yeah, she got some whip on that, didn't she?
So I'm assuming because of the square shape of the little box that the basket is sitting in, that wood turning wouldn't have been involved with the
Correct.
process, with the development process of that feature.
Well done.
Okay.
Oh, what are we dealing with here?
I am no woodworker.
Against the grain, Chris Long, thanks again to Matt Wallace, he made the event trophies. Oh!
She wanted it, didn't get
So
it.
all the ladies starting to dial in their putts now. We're going to see some big ones soon.
All right, so Chris Long made our event trophies. I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark here and say that they're circular.
Oh, this guy. This guy. This is why we got this guy on the commentary
This
team.
is how we affirm knowledge, okay? Or how I affirm knowledge. Gina should clean up her par here.
So a little tap of the basket there, I've noticed, is something Peyton likes to do. As we move on to the final hole of our front nine, so almost halfway through this round one of the ADGC FPO division. Hole 9 is not a double mando, but there's two mandos, one right, one left to contend with. And then a big sharp dog leg to the left. It's 230 metres, so shot placement, extremely important.
Very, very important, Jace.
Yeah, it used to be called Blast Off.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they're looking to push something on hyzer here and have some heavy late fade, getting back to the basket for the right-hander.
Yeah, some OB surrounding the basket once we get up there. But yeah, just making these mandos and getting in a good spot to attack. 230 metres. Birdie opportunities are there.
It's like kangaroos. You're like kangaroos.
I mean, it's two pumps.
Let's get a score check, Matty.
Yeah, just waiting for the ladies to input their scores, as they seem to be doing right now. Peyton adjusting her compression band. Spirits are high on the card. I guess with Chris Hill around, everyone's going to be having a laugh, isn't he? Quite the animated character is Chris. Scores still haven't been updated at our end.
Yeah, and he flex. Look at that.
Yeah, you can really open up on this
Full
fairway.
flight out of that one.
All right, so we still have Hussey in the lead. Scores have just come in. She's on +3, and Peyton and Gina tied for second at +7 currently.
So yeah, 4-shot deficit. Huss has opened up. Yeah, plenty of space to work with out there. She's got it turned over.
No, it's just the Mando, which you didn't pass.
Unfortunately, OB there for us.
I thought those pink flags were.
Yeah, going a little too far left there. It's the mistake you don't want to make, but again, with that Mando on the right-hand side, they almost force you toward the OB.
But that's just not looking at the sign. Yeah. That's stepping up the yeah.
So players from other divisions starting to make their way.
Yeah, I'd say it's probably beginning to get very hot in those tents if you're still sleeping in. We are expecting highs of around 30 degrees Celsius today, which is around 100 Fahrenheit. Or at least pushing towards 100 Fahrenheit for
Yeah,
those.
and look, not a breath of wind and not a cloud in the sky, so sun will get brutal later in the day.
Yeah, you probably do want to get your round off earlier, just before the heat does set in. Right now, conditions are sublime.
Just just wondering for the MPO this afternoon, Matty, how this goat shed will will fare in the heat.
It doesn't look very well insulated, and the hot tin roof doesn't scream cool to me.
So we could be doing this afternoon's MPO broadcast under an ice blanket. So looks like Gina off first. Oh no, Huss from OB.
Pitch back out to the centre of the fairway there, Huss. Now let's see how far down the fairway Gene deck is.
Oh, that's a boost.
Yeah, you do want to start getting left for the end of that second shot.
Oh, yep. So that Mando tree obviously there to stop you cutting the corner and heading straight for the basket.
This Hussey, she'll be lining up her fourth shot. Looking to get right of that second Mando, have the disc go left towards the basket.
Get around.
So, was the plan to be that aggressive? No. Okay, alright,
Peyton a little curious.
Yeah,
about
so
her tactics there.
very, very aggressive bid at the Mando there from from Huss, and Peyton just confirming that was that part of the plan.
It's what's been in the basket. Yeah. It's nothing. Yeah, you don't go here. I was gonna say because we had to do in line with the Mando if there's a Mando upcoming. And
So
pass
load
the
up
Mando.
is this
But we also
hole.
don't play by international.
Hole's
I
name,
don't-
Matty, and you can see why, because it's just a big load up off the tee, isn't it?
It really is.
Everybody has, you know what I mean? So-
Two genuine pumps if you want to get a birdie opportunity here. And a quick thank you to RSL New South Wales, the Molong sub-branch, sponsoring this hole.
Just the sub branch.
Never been to an RSL I didn't like.
Nah, no way. Not possible.
It's to the Mando. It's to the Mando. Yes.
Yeah, we might have to stop by for a feed one night. Fuel the local economy.
Absolutely.
It's not going to make that much difference in my life.
I hope they have something on the menu for you, Matty. I'm sure they have a meat and 3 veg of some some description.
Oh, you know me, I'm pretty easily pleased. Wouldn't exactly identify as a foodie myself, as Gina's upshot there looked pretty handy. I don't think she'll have any trouble with her
It looked
par.
very zony, that disc, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. A little overstable putter. Peyton throwing third here.
Range finder out.
Just too. Yeah, it just went too far. Should have thrown it on more.
See the elevated basket they have to contend with once they hit the green.
It's certainly elevated. I'm not sure what it's elevated on though. What is it? Just a mound?
It's to be a mound, propped up mound.
Probably not made at a wood turning factory as well.
Nah, too square for that. The more you know. See Gina here. This will be her fourth.
Stay up.
I did believe she was a little closer than she was. My mistake.
So it's a cattle loader. Matt Wallace is extremely helpful with information about this course. So far, he's corrected us on every hole.
But we thank him for
We
it.
do thank him because we wouldn't have that information otherwise. You know what a cattle loader is, Matty?
A cattle loader. Is it some sort of vehicle?
Something used in the loading of cattle.
It could be what's it's yeah. It would be my guess. I don't want to sound simple, but yeah, maybe a machine, a lifting
It's
machine.
just like a ramp that they load them onto trucks, I think.
Okay.
No reference to the name of the hole, which is
Aggressive bid from Peyton.
very
there.
aggressive. And we like that. She's got a few shots to make up on Huss. Her and Gina both do, so need to attack on putts like that.
Yeah, this hole will be adding a few strokes to all of the girls' scorecards. Playing to her audience there.
Celebrating that 2-meter-y.
You know, sometimes it's just the little wins on the disc golf course. We all know the mental beatdown one can take. Important to keep spirits high, celebrate wherever you can.
And confirmed by Frosty in the chat, one who or that which loads cattle.
Straight out of the Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah, thank you, Frosty. Noun, cattle loader.
Matt Wallace just letting us know how many times he's played Molong.
As it completes our front 9, we move on to the back 9. Hole 10, 150 metre, fairly soft par 4.
Technical though.
Very
Quite
technical.
technical.
Triple Mando?
I believe that's what the 3M does indicate.
Yep. Not sponsored by 3M.
Can confirm it is no. Can confirm it is a triple Mando, quite famous in these parts.
Okay.
The drop zone's marked out just short
is.
of the mandatory opening. Basket situated another 20 metres on with hard-packed skippy ground and trees close behind the pin. So, yeah, not the longest par 4 on the course for sure, but not without its technicality. As you can see, that landing zone on the left, if you're going to go the right-hand backy hyzer, you know, the landing zone is almost where the OB sort of ends there. So hopefully the girls can push past that,
Steer clear.
give themselves a safe look for this triple Mando, which is going to be the first time seeing the triple Mando for me. Very keen.
As we get a look in, the hole is called Window into the Twisted Mind of a Course Designer. So, window into the twisted mind.
Implying that the course designer was some sicko, just chucking in triple
Was it,
Mandos.
I bet you it was that Finch guy we were talking about earlier.
The one who pinches.
George Finch, I think it was. No, Yeah, so window into a twisted mind of a course designer. Interesting take.
Does look like Peyton has the box here. Looking to stay clear of that left side OB with a flex
Yeah,
forehand.
nice bit of flex on that. Oh, just catching a tree right at the end. Just in front of our cameraman, Cal. Bit of alliteration there. That
A lot of alliteration. Mouthful.
And Gina doing her own commentary too, which is always helpful.
We do appreciate when they take the load off us a little bit.
How good I am at this golf, almost perfect.
So Huss at the back of the box, dropping a couple in the last hole.
Yeah, she took a double there. She still got the lead. She's still up by 4 strokes, but did move to +4. And I apologise for some of the inconsistency with the graphics. The technology is new to us this year, and we're still ironing out the kinks.
So I'm gonna call BS on a comment that I've just seen in the chat.
Oh,
So it's from Alan Brunsting, our resident disc golf pest, who's trying to tell me that this hole used to have a window factory on it.
was Molong famous for its
No long windows, probably.
window industry?
I feel like we're being trolled.
I would have believed it if he said canola factory.
Canola, because as we know, as I attempted to do, there's that shot of that triple Mando.
Oh, a human can barely squeeze through that. I'm going to look forward to that. It's the girls trying to push their disc through as we see Huss lining it up, and Cal's got that triple Mando lined up beautifully on catch cam. Yeah, it looks more like a layup play.
It is, yep.
So hopefully you can see at home why a 150 metres for a par 4 is required here. But the girls all look like they're playing for par.
Now we know she's got this shot, Gina. Yeah, you want to you want to leave yourself a fair bit of distance just in case because the angle cuts off the closer you get. So you want to be about sort of 30 or 40 metres away from it.
This is one of the holes I was most looking forward to watching get played by the players this weekend. And we've seen, unfortunate lie there for Peyton. She has been pretty aggressive so far.
Is this what you call a patent pending? Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, you should be.
Sorry.
And feel free to slam that in the comments, people.
Oh, no, I won't do that again. I just had to get that off my chest.
No, you are a father, so dad jokes permitted. It's fine. And a quick mention to hole sponsor Pertec Orange. I believe they used to be the major sponsor for the Ford racing team.
Yeah, and what did Pertec do, Matty?
I think this is a question better answered by yourself. Is it oil? Oils?
No, it's, look, I think they dabble in that, but fluid transfer solutions.
Okay.
So if you've got fluid, be it hydraulic, pressurized, even water, and you want to transfer it from one spot to another, via...
As we see the first attempt at the triple Mando, get a pretty friendly kick back though.
Via high-pressure hose or anything like that,
Okay.
then Pertec are your guys. Hose couplings. Earth-moving gear's got hydraulic lines on it and all that sort of thing. So all this Pertec, that's what they do, and they do a wonderful job.
We're only watching the most interesting shot on the course with the triple Mando, and you're here talking to me about fluid transmission. Like that. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. Straight
Skips it
through.
through, and she gives herself a look for par there, Peyton. That's one of the shots of the day so far.
Alan just gave me a shout out there about my patent pending comment. So
Really, I thought a man of his humour would
could be
not find
sarcasm.
that funny, but
It could be sarcasm. As we see Huss attack. Now, I reckon this has got something to do with why they call it a window, but...
I'd say that's a pretty good guess, mate.
Okay.
Bit of skip.
Yeah, straight through.
Slides it on up. I'm wondering what Gina has to deal with when she gets to her next shot. She'll be throwing 4. She might have to...
Did she miss it? Did she go past it?
No, the tree rebounded it back towards her.
Oh, that's sometimes worse, isn't it?
Yeah, she could be really pinched off. We'll see.
Oh, no, she's going straight to the drop
that was
zone.
a very friendly kick back because she missed it by quite a way. Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's gone over it.
Pins it.
Yep.
Right, so she did go over the Mando line.
She went past it.
Is that so? If you go past it, it's
Once you
automatically
past it,
it's straight to the drop zone. Doesn't matter
yeah,
if it
but
comes
you
back
can
in.
go. I think one of the new rules is you can go around it, but then if you circle back past the Mando line, I think that can be a fail.
Yeah, that.
I think that's more that. Oh, look, I'm not a rulesman.
I do recall the update. Yeah, I didn't get my head around it fully.
But I think once you pass it on the bad side, that's it. You can't be saved. Oh, another left side miss for...
I reckon that's the third one of those for Huss.
It
sort
is.
of bouncing out of the lower chains.
It is. It's getting hard to watch.
Peyton.
Good putt from Peyton
Very
Miller.
nice par. So Peyton will get some strokes on Hussey here. Chopping away at that lead. Gina will be adding to her score as well.
Time for a break. Back now at hole 11, par 3. 140 metres. It's called the Boulevard.
Yeah, one of the most beautiful tree lines on the course here. Obviously 140 metres, nothing to sneeze at.
It's a brand new hole, Matty.
Brand new hole, absolutely, but one of the more challenging birdies, especially in the FPO division.
Yeah, extremely rare birdies. And have a look at that, trees in a row. Cut roll back into the tree line.
See Hussey's updated score, 5 over for the day.
Our scores and updated graphics coming to you via Matthew Farina, who's doing a wonderful job.
I wouldn't say wonderful, but I appreciate the kind words as we get a nice look up the boulevard there. Nice to get a bit of shaded relief on this hole.
Yeah, 140 metre par 3 is decent.
Huge, pro level.
Big fairway.
We didn't see that shot, thanks to a bit of lag, but
Ted Lasso on the bed, didn't it? If anyone's seen it. Yeah.
Tell you one thing I noticed when I was walking up Fairway of 1 this morning is the minute you get halfway up there, you can smell the canola. Have you ever smelled the canola?
I couldn't describe the smell of canola to you.
When you get halfway up that fairway, you can really. I never knew what the canola smelled like.
How did you know it was canola then?
I just I knew.
Okay.
I got up there and I knew. That must be the canola because it's a big canola area, Molong.
We know Molong is known for its canola production, but just to assume that
I will take you up there later and I will show you the smell I'm talking about.
there's a smell around at the
Canola
moment.
oil? That's Aerogard.
That's air. I don't know because I don't know what canola smells like. It could resemble Aerogard. I don't know.
It doesn't. You know what canola oil smells like?
I couldn't describe it to you.
We'll work that out.
I cook with olive oil myself.
So this hole proudly sponsored by DVM Workwear and Embroidery.
If you want a pair of boots or a protective long sleeve shirt,
High vis.
bit of high vis,
With a company logo on there.
Workwear and embroidery, yeah. Don't forget the embroidery aspect. So Peyton lining up her second. Yeah, this hole almost playing par 4 for these girls, and a bit of a cut roll for Peyton doesn't advance her as far as she would have liked.
But I'm just wondering, is there any advantage, do you think, on playing it on the outside? There's no Mandos in play. So is it easier just to play it out to the right?
Without having played this new hole myself, it's hard to say.
I don't want to give all the MPO players who haven't played yet, all these ideas. But
Yeah. Some messaging from the chat telling us that this hole is where dreams are broken.
Oh, yeah, well, it's the boulevard, you see, so it's a little bit of a boulevard of broken dreams. Green
I
Day
didn't cotton
song.
on to that.
Yeah.
You boys are riffing here.
Oh, yeah, I know how Alan's head works, which I'm not sure is a good thing. But
That's a concern. That's a concern. I listen to enough throwers, and I still don't understand how that man's brain really operates. I do know how his mouth operates, though, and that's at a high
frequency,
volume.
Yeah. So, yeah, just confirmation from Matt Wallace here. Definitely easier on the left or right side. So going out wide and just getting away from the boulevard altogether. Going into the back streets, if you will.
Feels a little like cheating to me, though.
Oh, it's within the rules. There's no Mandos in play.
Correct. It'll be interesting to see if any of the MPO players get there at one point today.
It's a big hoof.
See Huss here, I believe throwing her second.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, she won't have any trouble with that putt.
No, absolutely not. So that was second or third.
got the birdie. Actually, I'm just going to tell you it's got the birdie.
As we just get delivered to us some fresh ice water, unrequested.
Yeah, from
They're taking care of us
Sharon
here.
Costa. So getting very well looked after so far.
Right, Peyton throwing 3 here. Long jump putt, catches a bit of cabbage. She'll have a bit of work to do to get her bogey now.
I wonder if they can smell the canola out there, Matty.
We'll have to ask them after the round. Hopefully we can have
You
a
can definitely smell it. It's definitely out there.
Park Media exclusive interview, and the first question we can ask is, did you smell the canola, and can you describe the smell of canola to Matty, because he doesn't know what it smells like. I'm dying to know now. We see Peyton par putting. Sorry, that was for bogey. She'll card the double.
Yeah, it's leaving a little bit of meat left on the bone there.
I believe this is Gina's 4th.
feel like Gina's been reining these in. There we go. I called it.
Yeah. She's
Looking confident.
Shaking off the nerves. Looks very comfortable on the putting green now. Yeah, just letting the heat escape from the top of her head with that visor choice. Pretty intelligent in these conditions.
But running the risk of sunburn apparently through her hair.
Well, I'm just wondering if if the sunlight doth penetrate the hair and reach the scalp. As we foolishly move along to hole 12. A little more scoreable based on the last hole standards. To par 4, it's 200 metres. They've been friendly in giving you the option of a backhand and a forehand line for the right-handed players. I have no idea what the girls are going to opt with myself, but I do believe the left-hand side is slightly shorter.
Banjo's Dilemma.
I wonder if that's any reference to Banjo Patterson.
Oh, I would say that's exactly who they're talking about.
We
Didn't
are
know he was a disc golfer.
Maybe he turned one of his broken banjos into a frisbee.
Yep.
The head of a banjo being
No,
circular.
probably not. So, so yeah, as Maddie mentioned, two distinct options. Straight ahead across the OB green and down the open fairway with basket positioned on the other side of the double line of trees. Or option 2, right hand forehand. So I have no idea which, but we should know.
Huss doesn't throw a lot of big forehands, so yeah, she'll be opting for the backhand.
Yeah, she's going for the right gap. 200 metre par 4. Also sponsored by the RSL New South Wales Molong sub-branch, Matty. That's 2 steak dinners we're going to have to do there now. Needs it to hold.
Yeah, you want to stay out of that middle tree line.
Yeah. And it looks like she's curled up right behind the bush there. With a forehand gap out to the left here. A good bit of shape on that. Yes, looks like ladies not going wide enough at the moment, Maddie.
Yeah, just lacking a little commitment to the shot there. Something you and I know all too much about. No lack of commitment from Peyton ever.
No.
And maybe overcommits as she turns this one a little too far right, and that's...
Don't think it's too bad though. The wide, you know, if you're wider, yeah, you probably give yourself a little bit further journey to go, but
yeah, it could have been her game plan because now she's got a pretty stock backhand hyzer to reach the pin if she's got the distance to get around those final groupings of trees.
yeah, so interested to see about. I know Huss's lie didn't look great. Gina's looks like she's in the tree as well, so interesting to see what lines they've got through there, whether they've got one through the middle. And the basket's slightly around that, slightly to the left, favouring the left, the left gap. So.
Yeah, so the left-hand side of the fairway is actually the longer route, but is a little more open.
You can see how thick that tree grouping is.
Yeah, it looks like Gina's going to opt with the shorter right-hand fairway.
Big hyzer.
She spikes that one in, stays away from the tree line.
Yep, and well caught once again by Cal. Cal, Parked Media's catch cam operator Cal.
Yeah, we're going to need to fix him up with a slab or something as thanks.
Maybe you can take him to the RSL with us.
Yeah, shout him a meal.
Kids meal, frog in the pond.
That basket over in the
Is
tree.
Cal particularly young?
No.
You're just cheap.
Yeah.
Got to pay for your own meal, but we'll shout you the frog in a pond, mate. Unfortunate lie here for Huss. I didn't notice that's where
Yeah,
she
this
ended
is
up.
what I was afraid of when I saw her at this circle up, but she looks like she's going to push through to the left.
Yeah, she might have been playing for that right-hand side, but now it looks like she's forced to go back to the left. If that gets by the tree, which it did.
Yeah, didn't see it. Didn't see the completion of it, but I feel like the reactions told the story.
No, I'd say it was a decent scramble shot. Peyton again loading up. That was a great shot of her.
That looked good.
Full flight.
Oh, yeah, it was.
She's gotten there in 2. That's a birdie look for Peyton.
Yeah, so what we learnt from that, Matty, is you just want to be wide. You want to be wide of the hole?
Yeah.
Wide of those trees. Just stay right away from them.
Yeah, of course I said it looked like she turned the shot over a little too much, but in the end, definitely looked like game plan, and she's there in 2 quite easily.
And this this hole being particularly difficult for our man Kyle Herbertson there because he's not sure which way to go and who to follow.
Hopefully he gets Cal on one side, him on the other.
he's gone with Huss, and he's going to have to make a mad rush because Peyton doesn't give you a lot of time sometimes.
No, yeah, we've got Cal's camera now catching Huss here, and yeah, she'll stick to that left-hand side.
A bit of ground play. Held up a little, but she's got a look at it.
Good insight from Matt Wallace in the YouTube comments there, saying it's definitely easier on the left or right side.
I think that was the last hole.
Oh. Okay. I'm trying to do too many things at once here. Is Frosty taking?
Yeah, see, Frosty agreeing with me there. Wide right or wide left is the play. So stay right away from the trees.
Okay. Thank you, Frosty.
A good Jindy man, Dan Frost.
Yes, one of our Jindy disc golf shop brethren.
That's why we're on the same page.
In every single disc golf related way.
We see the game almost identically, Dan Frost and I.
Hussey to clean up for par here. Probably on the circle's edge. Not a breath of wind for this putt.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
That looked good the whole way.
that was Macbethian
It was
in its flight.
Macbethian or Macbeethan?
I like Macbethian.
Okay.
As Peyton lines up her birdie.
Oh, another.
A little hopper.
About the third or fourth time I've seen that from Peyton.
Do we bring into question the wine glass design of these RPM baskets?
No, not yet.
We can, I think we can safely determine that low left-hand side is just not the go with these baskets. As Gina gets her par. So a par frame for the girls. Nice way to at least stabilise after the bruising hole 11.
Yeah. So a score check after we quickly run through hole 13, which is par 3, 110 metres. Now, the trees look quite aggressive here, Matty.
Yeah, look, you want to be throwing one of your straighter flying discs, probably a fairway or even a high-speed driver for a couple of these ladies. The hole is called the Dubbo Cross.
Look, I think the reason why I say aggressive trees is because they're actually disc-eating trees.
Thick. That would imply thick to me.
Yeah, disc-eating. So stay away from them because getting out of them is going to be an issue.
Two well-placed low shots to the Dubbo height basket.
Now, is Dubbo height a thing, is it?
I'm not sure what Dubbo height means, but we're going to find out.
Someone's going to tell us in about 3.4 seconds, I reckon.
There's Huss.
The Dubbo Cross.
Event leader. Yeah, really challenging par 3, this one. There is an over-the-top play, but I don't think the girls would have the power for that. They'll be playing the low line up the fairway.
He's got the red carpet out for this hole.
We know Gina does like a low shot. Yes, she will. Nice one. The people in the chat are way funnier than us. What are we doing with the headphones on?
Oh, there's a I like that from Joy Lee. That's a Blackadder reference. So the score check, Matty.
Yeah, look, we've still got Huss in the lead. She's sitting at 5 over par. Currently in second is Peyton. Just crept into double figures after the big old boulevard hole there. She's on plus 10. And then in third place, a stroke behind Peyton, is Gina on 11 over. Still lots of disc golf to be played. Obviously, we're a sixth of the way through the tournament for these ladies. And a shout out to Emma Winkworth, who can't be here this year. Park Media's well, she commentated the FPO last year. Couldn't make the trip out because Molong is a bloody long way from Melbourne.
It is.
Clayton Beck just popping his head into the booth to say hi to the boys. How you going, Clayton? So yeah, apologies for not having.
Looking even sharper in person, actually.
Gina with a fine upshot there.
Just informing us that he comes from an Air Force family, but he's not technically a pilot.
Oh, that's something him and I can relate to. I too come from an Air Force family. Didn't choose to go that way myself. Sorry, Dad. I meant you no dishonour. No. No Emma this year, though, so apologies to anyone missing the presence of the lady voices. No, she was a much-needed touch of class last year, was Emma.
Sensibility, I think we called it.
Sensibility too.
And a great zoom in from our catch cam operator there. That is sensational. Look at that.
Yeah, Cal, he's picked it up.
And perspective to the basket. I'll tell you what, Ash, he's got a sweat up, I reckon, if he's watching at home.
Cal definitely watches his disc golf coverage for sure.
And he's bought his own helmet.
He's far more prepared than us. So the sponsors of Hole 13, Hillside Harvest. You can find them in Orange, which is about 40 minutes down the highway, I believe.
Yes, back towards the coast, I think.
Has its own airport if you ever want to just beeline to Orange. And Hillside Harvest. Fantastic logo. The Harvesters. What are they
If I
known
told
for,
you they've been
Jace?
around for 75 years, would you believe me?
Well, I don't get out this way much, and I have no reason not to believe you, so yes, I would believe
Oh,
you.
look at that boost of a forehand.
And
Oh,
the roll
shot.
around.
That is sensational. She's really got some power on that standstill forehand. That was massive.
Yeah, huge flick of the wrist there.
So it's a family run orchard.
Okay.
Renowned. Renowned for a number of fruits. I'll just bring up my list here.
What kind of fruits?
Oh, look, anything from cherries, stone fruits, so your peaches and your nectarine varieties.
Stone fruits, yep,
Yep.
familiar.
Plums, of course, in that too, I think. Apples, pears, figs. You a fig man?
Fig jam, perhaps.
And berries. Other assorted berries. I'd say your gooseberry, probably.
Blue, black,
Blue,
ras.
black. Yep, ras.
Don't forget
Raspberry.
raspberries.
Straw, maybe. So you're actually welcome to experience the fun of pick your own when in season. So you can go there and pick your own berries. Your own
Sounds like
stone fruit.
Sounds like a great date.
It does.
If you want to, have a good time with a romantic interest, going picking in the orchards. I've never done it myself.
So thank you, Hillside Harvest. 75 years in the harvest game. That's a bloody long time.
As Gina cleans up for the par there. I believe this is Huss's bogey putt. But I was a little distracted by Clayton, so it could be for par. Still not a breath of wind out there. Look at that dead flag. Peyton's in for 3.
Tim right in the chat just mentioning that your girly voice could pass as the female.
Okay. Okay, thanks, Tim. I'll try to speak with some more baritone.
As the ladies make their way to hole 14. Now, this one looks difficult, matey. She's a par 5. It's 285 metres. It's fairly straight at it with veering around a few trees, but we've got OB hard.
Surrounds
on
the
left
whole hole.
and OB hard on the right. Right side acts as natural OB, and OB to the left. So, mate, 285 metres. Not overly long for a par 5, but Jesse's Escape, it's called.
Probably because you are surrounded by OB. I think the girls will be looking to throw a backhand hyzer, setting themselves up with a second shot that sort of pushes through the trees to what you might call the second portion of the fairway. And then it's just a matter of getting up the guts to the pin.
Yeah, you can see how narrow that is. Oh, and that's pushing left.
Yeah, that's out of bounds.
And I can that Gina was saying there. Sit.
We're only approved for a PG rating. I like to keep it clean at Parks Media this year.
Absolutely. As you see the Pertex sign in the background there, Matty. Fluid Transfer Solutions, it says under their banner. She's got that turnover shot nice and dialed, hasn't she?
Yeah, really commits to it on almost every throw. As Hussey, the only player to add to her score on the last hole. Still with a 4-stroke lead over Peyton.
Yeah, nice bit of turn will keep that well and truly in play.
Yeah, you want to be
What time do you feel?
erring on the right side for that fairway.
Hey, thanks for following for so long.
Here's my warm-up. Walk back to the front, grab your bag.
Peyton's husband must be at least 6'4".
He's a big boy.
Chris Hill's no dwarf himself, though. Deceptively big boy. Yeah, quite a narrow fairway, this one.
Definitely. Shot shaping, incredibly important, as we found out. Gina released hers a little flat and paid the consequence.
Yeah, power required, but you have to remain cognizant of the landing zones.
So Hussey on a pretty solid +6 at the moment.
No, that's fine after 13.
Absolutely. We will, after the day's play today, Matty, we'll get out there and have a throw, and I think I'll be happy to be +6 after the first 2.
Yeah. I'll probably be done by the time we get to the boulevard, honestly.
You won't need the boulevard to break your dreams.
Oh, God, mine were broken in my 20s.
I think the one hole I think I'm concerned about you playing is Banjo's Dilemma.
Doesn't make the same mistake twice. Do not roll OB. Oh, probably a handy little divot in the ground, just checking up the roll of that disc there. Tim Bowen just letting us know that Mr. Miller is tall and has an 80-mile-per-hour backhand. That's Anthony Barella territory.
80-mile-per-hour backhand. So just to confirm, Tim's not talking about himself there, is he?
For once, no.
No, Tim, of course, probably most famous for his 2 Park Media races, I would say. Probably been the highlights of his career.
Yeah, you can say we've made him at Park Media. So us throwing 2. Similar shot to her
Yeah, nice
first.
late turn out of that.
That's
sensational.
Almost perfect.
Got tremendous amount of faith in that disc, hasn't she?
She throws it a lot. We'll have to find out what that disc is for round 2. As I believe we'll be seeing Gina up next, so I'm just going to adjust the graphics that I keep forgetting to adjust. Sorry, loyal fans.
And thank you for not pointing it out.
He is playing the event Aeolus Disc Golf, to answer your question. I also see Cassie Sweeten in the comments there. Shout out to Cassie. Would have loved to have had you doing some commentary for us in Emma's absence this year.
It was the plan initially, but obviously life and a broken foot getting in the way there.
Yeah, we did mention it earlier, Cass. We really, really wish you could make it out here this trip. Everyone here at Park Media in the event wishing you a speedy recovery. As Jace checking the weather, looks like we're into the mid to low 20.
Yeah, so we're up to 21, 22 now. It is only 9:30 in the morning.
Feels later, doesn't it?
It does. What was it? I'm pushing the right-hand side. I'm not sure if it got lucky and hit something.
I really hope so. This hole, if you start playing army golf on this hole, the numbers can rack up.
Trying to put it around that double.
Yeah, so getting up to 22 degrees, and yeah, we'll be heading north of that too.
Yeah, Peyton having to go standstill because of that unpreferred line and not really hitting the line she was looking for there, but a friendly kick back out to some space. So Joy Lee just letting us know that disc that Huss relies on quite consistently is a Yaccoon disc of some description.
Is it? Yaccoon. Wikun. Icon.
Chinese manufacturer.
Whatever you would like. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's shoot by lefty. Okay.
Tim Bowen jumping on the 10 Bowen grenade before we could hop in. Classic self-defense strategy.
I was definitely expecting you to say an infamous my quintuple bogey, Jace. Well, I wasn't going to, but seeing as you've brought it up, Tim, or 10.
It's a Yiku and Fu. I used to throw one of those.
Did you?
Yeah, it's essentially a T-bird.
It looks like you've scored a caddy from Rudolph Wright. Is that right?
Who, me?
Cassie Sweeten enters the chat.
Oh, wow. Yes, no, Cass, of course, please. And that one turning Cal around. She blisters those forehands, doesn't she, Peyton? Nah, it's good to have a recovery goal, Cass. So, yeah, caddying for me should be a fine cherry on top of your disc golf
That'll be
season.
a highlight of her life, I'd imagine.
She'll get a few laughs out of it.
I think I'd take 6 weeks in a moon boot over that any day.
I'll organise a walking frame for you, Cass, if that's what it takes. One of those little roller things. So we see Hussey here throwing what I believe is her third. Opting with a forehand.
Get up. Don't cut roll. Good.
A little bit more height required there for that one to come out. Still not too bad. She's managed the fairway pretty well so far.
Staying in bounds extremely important.
Pertec Orange, of course, sponsoring this hole as well. Fluid transmission. Is that it?
Fluid transfer solutions, matey.
Okay.
We'll work on that, I think. We'll touch on it over the next few days. We're
Don't wanna
turning
let
in
down-
fluid transfer.
We don't want to let down
This
the
is
people
a rural industrial area. You know, so
Okay, well,
fish out of water.
I just don't want to let down the sponsors. Obviously, without the sponsors, events like this cannot run. The work,
Absolutely
the funding, the resources they give to the tournament, it can't go understated.
And I think being the disc golf centre of the universe, as I'm told, which I liked it when I heard it. I thought, this is a term I'm going to...
I think you're being a little gullible there.
Oh, you think it's not true?
I don't think.
I mean, if you were to envelop disc golf as a universe, I think this is the centre of it.
Okay, I was reading that wrong.
That's the way I read it.
I was reading it as like they're claiming it to be some sort of like disc golf mecca, like this is the place for disc golf on the planet.
Oh, so metaphorically centre of the universe.
Yeah. Like there was an air of arrogance to it when I heard it.
Absolutely there was.
'Cause Hussey
Shrouded in arrogance.
gets out there. She should get in for par pretty simply.
So Aeolus Disc Golf is tuning in. And hello to wherever you are tuning in from. All the way from the Netherlands. I love that.
Did not know we had a Dutch viewer.
Did not know our net was cast that large. So hello to Aeolus Disc Golf. And thank you for tuning in at God knows what time it is there.
I'm guessing they might have tuned into the World Teams coverage, and that's how it was discovered.
I would
'cause,
say so, yeah.
Netherlands did have a team playing here in Australia. Big jump.
Forgot to throw it.
Yeah. And then loved it.
Oh, we're very aware,
Yeah, definitely putt right.
Good jump putt upshot there from Peyton.
Yeah, so World Team's big... I believe it was the first time it was streamed live.
First time there was ever live coverage for a World Teams WIFTF event, yes.
Yeah, so give us and let us know in the comments wherever you are tuning in from. So, because we'd love to see it, we'd love to know how far this this net actually is cast, and where you're tuning in from. Tell us what you're doing.
Oh, he's a Caster Plus team member, is Aeolus Disc Golf. He must be able to throw.
He's even just tuning in to watch Chili Caddy, which is even...
And just quickly, as my lower back pain really starts to set in, if there are any ladies here at the event and think they got the chops to commentate, more than welcome to have your insights on the game. I'm sure they're more shrewd than ours combined. We should ask Tanya Bean if she'd be keen, but she's probably playing right now.
So, low miss there for Peyton. I'll be just not having it 100% dialed in today so far.
The best socks award definitely goes to Peyton.
100%.
I don't think Claire puts too much effort into her sock game. But she doesn't need to.
We don't all express ourselves through our socks, but yeah, thanks for the close-up on that. They're doing plenty.
Are they Disc Golf Warehouse socks? Pretty
I
sure.
wouldn't have thought so on
Pretty
Team
sure.
Heiser Flight, but
Oh. I don't know, I'll wear anything that I get free in a player's pack. Sorry, Tommy Tulip. As we move along here, hole 15, it's a par 3, 109 metres. Jace, one of my favourites, and you could probably tell us why by looking at the whole map.
oh, I'm going to say there's an outside chance it's your favourite because it's a dead straight shot.
Just a little Heiser flip with a fishing crave for me.
If there's one thing Matty does well, it's throw a disc in a dead straight line. It's one thing he doesn't do well, it's throw a disc anything else but a straight line. Par 3, 109 metres, not overly long, guarded by some trees.
Yeah, look, this one will still push the limits of the ladies' distance, but definitely achievable. And Chris Koo entering the chat, one of our good friends from Melbourne, telling us that Tanya teed off at 9:30 a.m. that she can't give us a chop out on comms.
And Broden Sherritt, a Parked Media a popular contributor, we would say, has advised us that he's in Molong and he's 50 metres away from us. So thank you very much for that, Broden. Valuable insight and information. If you've got any more cherries, just send them through, mate.
No, I only met Broden recently. He's a fine young man.
And yeah, so Dutch team getting a lot of comments in the chat. The Dutch team at World Team. So sounds like they're a bit loose.
So we see Huss here. She takes the box with the only bogey on the last hole. Hole 14 did take the lunch money of the girls. Peyton and Gina got doubles, and yeah, Claire with the single bogey.
So we can see why it's called hide and seek here because it's just hiding through the trees. And I believe that'll be the origin of this name.
I'm not sure that was her intended line.
I'm just letting it roll back. I saw it.
Great vibes on the card by the look of it.
She turns that one outside of the fairway as well.
Oh, and that's rolled closer to the tree.
I wanted it from in the pine tree. Yeah.
And all the girls claiming intentionality of their shots.
Meant it. So Molong RSL, we're lucky enough to have sponsor this hole. Motto is it's your club, Matty. So is that different to the RSL sub-branch?
I was about to ask you the same question.
Well, that's
They've got a different logo.
that's definitely something we're going to look up.
Oh, I didn't realize
Just
I was
noticed
like
this.
short of the gap. Did this one down? Oopsies.
Hearing some music from the
It's a phone ringing.
from the showgrounds. Oh, I thought.
So interesting to find a way in here. Yeah, that's the
Bogey at best for Gina after that one.
absolutely. Huss here with a pretty good look, but a difficult shot.
Alright, so par well within play here for Huss. That is such a hard basket to access. I've only seen that access point for the first time. She keeps it low.
Getting great shot from catch cam there, but that is sensationally done.
Skips it up on the fast green. Beautiful.
Yep.
As David Flew enters the chat and he's shouting out Adam Rigby, who ended up OB behind the tee pad on this hole. I can't wait to hear that story from Rigby later on. How do you end up behind a tee OB? Fill us in on the details, David Flew, if you can. Cliff Feld. Sorry, Cliff Field. Bit left of field with that comment, isn't he?
I think he's just had enough of the fluid transfer discussion.
So have I, to be honest.
Little forehand flick approach. Lovely, lovely shot.
Gets that nice forward skip. She'll clean up par pretty easily.
You missed the tree.
Chili trying to be encouraging and Gina not really having a bar of it. Meeting his kind words with somewhat of a grunt.
The two,
Oh, skip.
Bogey will be no problem for Gina.
overtly positive people, aren't they? The Hills.
Yeah, I don't typically like positive people, but these two are some of my favourites. Okay, so Adam Rigby went OB behind the tee on this hole with a roller into a 70-kilometre
Oh, so it rolled backwards.
headwind. 5 metres for Hussey's par. Tell you what, her putter's looking good today. She keeps up for the duration of the
She definitely
tournament.
packed it. She definitely packed it and brought it with her to Molong.
I mean, she could have got it posted here. Make sure it doesn't suffer from any heat warping in the car. Can happen.
And a little tap in from Gina there.
Yeah.
Completes hole 15.
Two pars and a bogey there.
So 3 holes left, Matty. This first round has flown. We're now on hole 16. Par 3, 109 metres. So longer and trickier championship position. So it needs to thread the gap between the trees. But 109 metres, so gentle, par 3. But when you throw that shape into it, it does make it a little interesting.
Yeah, I think we'll see the two Aussie girls go with the backhand turnover here. And Peyton, who's been using that power forehand a bit today, might opt with that shot.
Yeah, I think so. And this hole's called local drop. I thought it said local crop, but that's a different term altogether. Local drop. I'm going to say it's an elevation drop, Matty.
Well, yeah. As you get closer to the pin, the ceiling does drop and the ground rises, sort of pinching off your access. I'd compare it to a sphincter accessing this hole. You'll understand once you see it.
Oh dear.
Didn't need to cut to us then, boys. So I was trying to do two things at once. I didn't mean to upset anyone. You're watching. Verbal diarrhea.
So it's going to be Huss off the box. Of course, leading this card at the moment, leading this division on 7 over.
With her Yikun Fu. She's been turning over all day.
She'll look to do that again.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, so it's uphill then down by the look of it.
Peyton actually opts with the backhand.
Yeah, just bit of tree there. See what Gina can do. She should have this one dialed, I reckon. It's leaking a little left, but no OB out there. So that's, if anything, is going to give her a nice open shot to the basket, Matty.
Yeah, she'll have a backhand hyzer to pitch up for her par. A-list disc golf asking a pretty important question in the chat. Who does everyone think is going to win this year's championships for FPO and MPO? Who are you thinking so far for the FPO, Jace?
Oh, I think it's way too early to tell, Matty. Obviously, Huss is off to a dream start. But, you know, with a lot of OB, things can turn really quickly on this course.
You're not wrong.
And, you know, it's pretty obvious to me, too, that at the moment, probably Peyton, although throwing well, probably, you know, has a lot better putting in her, I would imagine. She's missed quite a few that she looks disappointed with, so. And there's that drop-off we talk about.
Yeah, well, look, the current standings are reflective of their PDGA ratings. Huss is the highest rated player of the three, only by a stroke or two over Peyton, a couple more over Gina. But as you said, there's so much more disc golf to be played in this division, and the girls are lucky enough to get off course before it really gets hot. So they should be playing at their best, I'm hoping, anyway, for the whole tournament.
Yep, that's probably fair to say. Up from Gina, probably leaves herself a 6 metre-y.
Really got to have those dialed in if you want to do anything in MA3. Just word to the wise.
6 metre is, if you hit your 6 metres in MA3, you win the tournament.
And Hussey.
Yep, smart little upshot getting it to circle there.
On the edge of bullseye. Tips for MPO? Should we save that for the MPO coverage, or should we
so.
address Aeolus Disc Golf's?
I want to get around the camp, and like I said, it was dark when we came in last night. I want to see who's looking good. I mean, at the moment it's Clayton Beck, but he's the only player I've seen. So, but I can tell you, he's looking sharp
Physically and sartorially in that get-up.
Yep.
I learnt that word sartorial just recently.
Yeah, a little low. Yeah, I feel like that's been happening a bit for Peyton. I feel like that's something she knows she can do better.
Yeah, there's Gina lining up her par putt.
And Gina's going to make this.
Low as well.
Yep.
Bit of breeze up now. You can see there's some movement in that flag. Not a whole lot, but some. And Huss is going to gain strokes on the girls once again.
Yes. And they're the ones you got to make, aren't they?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
And the finish off from Gina.
Two more to go on this back nine, Jace.
Yeah, only two to go, Matty.
The first one being hole 17. It's a par 4, 197 metres. I'm going to say that this is gettable for these ladies. Getting out of the woods is paramount, though. So they might opt with a bit more control over power off that first shot. The real danger of the hole lies in the approach. As you can see by the graphic there, you're almost on a little peninsula surrounded by OB.
Yeah, so interesting entrance to the basket here where I feel like a lot can go wrong.
Huss is taking the
Huss is
hyzer line
going-
to the right,
This is interesting.
opting to go against the angle of the
This
tee
is something
pad.
we're going to see.
I have no idea what just
Some celebrating the shot, some displaying confusion. Peyton maybe doesn't have the knowledge of the course that Hussey
Yeah.
does. She seems to be indicating that she's taking the more traditional route, which is been out of the trees.
And we get a good look at that gap she's throwing through.
Oh, early release, but it turned over
Yeah,
and came back.
yeah, she got to the right spot.
As we see Gina step up to the tee pad. Straight up the guts looks to be her play as well.
And that's a nice example. Just get out to that left-hand side where there's plenty of space. Now, I'm interested to see where Huss's disc ended up now.
Yeah, I'll have a little look out. But
Because she obviously knows something. You see it? Get out to that right-hand side. It might be a lot clearer out there, Matty.
I've never seen that
straight
route
out to
taken,
here.
to be honest. So I'm just as curious as you.
Who's we?
Chris Stevens, Lee Baker, Aldon.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far up she got with it. There might be a sort of backdoor right-hand route to the basket.
Now, the windmill glade. Did you see the windmill just by the tee pad there?
I didn't catch that, no.
It's famous. It's often photographed.
Like that dog on the tucker box in Gundagai?
We were discussing the dog on the tucker box and
At length.
at its significance or lack thereof in Australian society. But no, we did visit the dog on the tucker box. Your mum was most disappointed that we didn't go and get a photo with it.
Yeah, she was disappointed. I mean, she's used to that by now.
So, yeah, the windmill tee, significant visual part of this course, and disc golf in Molong, or Central West disc golf, sort of on a whole. That windmill, which I like.
No, it's a good little touch. As Hussey doesn't look like she's playing for birdie here.
definitely pulling up that right-hand side. And I think, yep, she's definitely practiced that, hasn't she?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing here, but I would say that it adds a few metres to the hole going that way. Looks like she's playing for par.
Yeah, just staying right away from the trees, though. So,
Bit of a safety before sorry approach.
well, she's obviously done her homework.
Alan Brunsting replying to Aola's Disc Golf's question with his pick for MPO, and Nate Parrish.
Like that.
It's a surprise.
Like that.
Claiming it's a very forehand-friendly course. We know Nate Parrish won't be wearing a visor. Exposed scalp.
Yeah, just catching a tree. And that, I think, is an illustration of why Haas has taken that right-hand line. Just staying right away. I think coming in from the left here too, you've got to challenge that OB to hit the green.
Yeah, you missed my visor joke about Nate Parrish, but that's okay.
Are we still on the visors, are we? Okay.
I just have to question whether they're the most sun-smart choice.
Well, I mean, yeah, we have spoken about the... Nate Parrish doesn't have any hair, so...
Especially for some men whose hair may be thinning on top.
Nate Parrish is who we refer to as generic disc golf bald guy number 2.
Number 2, he's second to Tim Stevenson.
Second to Tim Stevenson,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So Peyton right up against the tree here.
Yeah, she's had a few of these today, but she seems to be handling them pretty well.
Yeah, and put the foot in front of it.
Just getting a tip here off
Try to do some kind of
husband.
backhand way out there around that bush.
Can I not fit my foot? Probably not.
Just deliberating with her husband and caddy there as to what she should do here. Yeah, tough spot for Peyton.
Tough spot for anyone.
Probably the second most famous Peyton in America, would you say?
Yeah, referring to Manning.
Peyton Manning being the most famous, yes, of course. Can't say I know too many other Peytons going around in any
I
country.
think in
really.
this particular circle, in this centre of the disc golf universe that we're in at the moment,
This
I think this is the
vortex.
most famous Peyton here.
Absolutely.
So that's all that's really important. It
And
is a vortex, isn't it?
Yeah, and I have been told that you are the centre of your own universe. The world and everything in it happens around you.
Right.
So to be self-centered is to be...
In touch. Present.
You've got to make space for yourself in this world, you know?
Yeah, didn't realise this was turning into a TED Talk, but...
All right, looks like Peyton's opted with no. She's still deliberating.
That is a
Pretty
decent
well
amount
done,
of power from a
yeah.
knee.
To get pin high from there's, yeah, really.
And you can
Really
see
well
how
done.
tight that OB is. That the OB there, that purple, the purple flag.
The
Or-
OB chokes the basket on
Yeah.
the screen.
That is. So coming in from the right, the preferred.
Archibald Bunker just stole your joke.
Yeah, we touched. I touched on that about hole 7, Archibald, and put it to bed nice and early. So sorry about that, mate. My dad jokes are quicker than your dad jokes. Lovely upshot, and that'll get her a par.
Yeah, Hussey's short game's been on the money today.
And Huss's drive working out for her there, so just staying right out of trouble.
Yeah. Right.
Cliff Field.
He's bought right into the Pertec chat, hasn't he?
Cliff Field just proclaiming that he stands with the balding population. Probably not going to go out and buy a visor himself.
No.
Assuming Peyton's going to be the next to throw here. I'm really slow on these graphics. And apologies, the graphics do have a bit of a lag, so I'm doing my best here, guys. Kyle gave me a rundown with all the tech stuff last night, and let's just say I wasn't sober for the whole induction. Peyton looks like she's going to go with the jump putt here.
Yep.
Safe as houses.
Yeah, lovely. She's done that a few times actually. That C2 plus sort of range.
Yeah, Hussey, one of the highest rated female players in Australia, but didn't represent the country at the World Teams event. I don't think she was selected for the team, so she decided to opt with treason and play for the British team.
No, I think it was the other way around actually. I think treason. Oh, another one left short for Gina. And we can feel it. Yeah, I think it was a choice, Maddie. I think to...
Well, she does live in Lara.
She does, which is a long way from the UK.
Long way from the UK.
But I think that was her choice, to play for a native country where she was born. So,
Let's zoom here.
as we come to hole 18, the final hole of this round, and we've got here in no time, Matty.
Our least favourite hole of every event.
I know,
no
we're
matter
always
what
disappointed.
round, no matter what round it is. Whenever the numbers 1-8 pop up on the screen, I feel a little upset.
So the long road home is a par 3, 120 metres. Players throwing up from just along a road. Now the road and the road beyond is OB, and there's a little triangle of land in a fork in the road, which is your landing zone. It's a tough one. You'd have to think it's going to take some numbers.
Look, they've steered this hole towards dramatics, clearly. To try to reach the basket from the tee will require some bravery. I can't imagine any of these girls will be aiming to do that. They'll be looking for the layup play. But yeah, when we get to the MPO division and some of the more powerful players who do have that distance, we'll have a choice to make, I guess, depending on their standings in the tournament. But yeah, look, that doesn't mean to say that there's not going to be dramatics for the FPO division, because you've still got to stick what's a pretty small island on your upshot.
And this is right about here is where I smelt the canola this morning for the first time. So I'll be interested in taking you up there, Matty.
And what would you compare the smell to? Just give me a sense of something.
You know, cooking oil, canola oil. Have you ever smelt that? It's got a particular scent. I'm just going to take you up there this afternoon, or after we finish
It's
here.
quite a dull scent, isn't it? It's not very...
Look, I'm just going to take you up there, and the first thing you're going to turn around and say to me is, that smells like canola.
Okay. We're just waiting for the scores to come in on that last hole.
So
Claire was the only one getting the par on hole 17. Peyton and Gina carding the bogeys.
So yes, 7-shot lead for Huss at the moment. But as we see often on these sorts of holes, Matty, and Huss lays up beautifully there.
Is
It's
it?
the long road home.
Is it me or you?
It is you, Peyton.
Oh, I bet it's not me or you. Sorry.
It's Peyton.
Yes,
Okay,
good.
thank you.
She should just look at my amazing graphic work. Just look up.
No, she thinks it's still up from the last time she threw. What's Peyton doing here? She's going for similar landing zone. She's got that shape dialed.
Yeah, beautiful.
So, pretty simple little jump putts or something onto the green from there. Gina's going to try and do the same thing. She's gone wider, but she's going to be okay as well. She's going to be right behind that tree.
Yeah.
The one tree you don't want to be behind. And this hole generously sponsored by RPM Discs, who are also sponsoring the tournament. What more can we say about RPM Discs, Matty? Do you bag any?
I bag a Kia,
A Kia, yep.
of course, for my my overstable approach disc, but obviously their range, renowned worldwide at this point. If you've never thrown an RPM disc, they've got some beautiful plastics, magma.
Magma. Yeah, I bag a Ruru, which I use for just straight flying approaches.
What plastic do you have that one in?
And white. I have no idea. It was given to me by RPM sponsored Darren Stay Smith, actually.
Okay, it's probably atomic. My Kia's in atomic plastic. and
Okay.
Definitely some of the best plastic that I've ever grappled, personally.
Yep.
Anyway, back to the action here. The challenging part of this hole, sticking the landing on the approach.
I don't know, middle of the gap.
Yeah, so that tree now becoming a real pest as we get close to it.
Yeah, it becomes a low skip or a sky hyzer. She
Big
looks like
hyzer. She's going around,
going the lower shot and
and she's on safely.
does that with style. Actually makes the hole look quite easy, the way she played that. But we can guarantee you that green is a lot tighter than it looks on camera.
I think it is sort of sunken a little though, so if you can get it to spike on there, it should stay. Oh! And that's...
Yeah, you can tell she just lacked a bit of oomph on that one. Sort of bit it off.
Yeah, that immediately crushes my theory.
And bolsters
Completely
mine.
obliterates it. So, yeah, step putt for Peyton as predicted. She's got a powerful step putt. Lovely. Got that one dialed.
Yeah, her and Gina will walk away clean and gain a stroke on her leader to complete the first round.
So, first look at the course on broadcast, Matty. What do you think of it?
Well, clearly it's a bomber course. Aesthetically pleasing. Obviously
There's
the
some
weather.
technical aspects in there, though, isn't there?
Obviously the weather helps, but yeah, look, it's not without its technical difficulties. But I do think it lends itself to players used to more open, more elongated courses.
As the final comes, you may have a gallery cheering you on from the HQ behind the long...
Put it this way, I think Claire Hussey's experience at Barwon Valley would serve her well today, despite the fact that it's not blowing off an effing gale, as it always is at Barwon Valley.
Windy at Barwon Valley, is it? Does it get windy there?
And my guy Warrell just sending out his love for the Kia into the cyberspaces.
Oh,
I spoke too soon. I spoke too soon. I'm sorry, Gina. I gave you the commentator's curse there. She will not get away from this hole clean, and she'll card a bogey.
Yeah, I think you rolled in like...
yeah, and this would be bogey attempt for Huss.
Yep, just stepping out her meter with her Vans. Two pairs of Vans on today's card, and as someone who throws his frisbees in Vans, I commend them.
So yeah, bogey for Huss to finish.
And Peyton, the only par on hole 18.
And final shot of the round goes to Gina, who finishes off her bogey. And that completes, Maddie, our FPO round 1 for the Australian Disc Golf Championships. If you just give us a recap on the scores.
It'll be Hussey coming in at 8 over, Peyton with her par on hole 18 remaining at 14, and Gina Hill in 3rd place, already 10 shots off the lead, 17 over.
There's some work to do there for the girls. And look, but the good news is that we're only a third of the way through that FPO tournament. So still plenty of time and plenty of opportunities for the ladies to turn it around there. But Huss with a great opening 7 over round to start is going to put her in good stead, and she's the one to beat.
Yeah, highest rated player in the event, coming in as the favourite, despite the fact that Peyton has been in clearly winning form, as I mentioned earlier, winning 6 out of the last 6 of the events she's been in.
Yeah, she's certainly been in good form. But yeah, so we can't wait till tomorrow just to see what happens and whether Huss can extend that lead or whether the girls can start to rein her in. But the good news is, in the grand scheme of things in terms of the tournament, we've got another 5 rounds left of FPO and MPO. 2 rounds of FPO, and this afternoon we've got the MPO first feature card in that division. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, please stick around if you want to see how the mixed professional open division tackles the course. Obviously, we've got one of Australia's best players, Luke Bain.
Yep.
Clayton Beck will be on the card, RPM-sponsored player who we mentioned earlier. I guess the real draw card, especially if you're a North American disc golf enthusiast, Thomas Gilbert, making his 2nd appearance on Park Media. We'll be covering him. And the 4th player
Clayton
is
Beck?
eluding me. No, Clayton, Luke, Thomas Gilbert, and live
Dan
television.
Frost.
Dan
How
Frost.
can we forget Dan Frost?
Gosh, teammate. Jindy
He's
Disc
a
Golf Shop
teammate.
teammate Dan Frost. No, that's a stellar card. I can't wait to see how the boys tackle the course.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you for tuning in and joining us for the first round of this Australian Disc Golf Championships for the FPO division. Don't forget to join us this afternoon because we've got the MPO, like we just mentioned, coming at you. So thank you once again for joining us. I'm Jason Wiedner.
I'm Matty Farina.
And we've been Park Media. So thank you very much, and we'll see you this afternoon.
Catch you later.
Welcome, player. Commencing disc selection. Choose your driver. The Kotari. Choose your approach. The Kia. Choose your putter. The Tui. Selection complete.